सह्याद्री वाहिनी, प्रत्येक घरासाठी, घरातल्या प्रत्येकासाठी.
Hello student, keep your notebooks, pen, pencil ready while solving the examples. Also you have to be with you textbook so that you are able to write it something there also, what are the homeworks and all. I am Kadambini Balakrishna Patil, teacher in mathematics, presently working with Deccan Education Societies, Willingdon College, Sangli. Okay, we are started with our topic indefinite integral, in which we are started with substitution method. For that, we'll move towards the PPT. One more example based on this substitution method, that is integral 1 upon 1 minus tan x dx. Now look at here. Here we need to, this is tan x is a function, trigonometric function, but tan x is depend upon sin and cos. That means it is from the sin and cos function. So we'll write in that basic trigonometric functions. So integral 1 upon 1 minus sin x upon cos x dx. Now what? You'll take the LCM. Once if you will take the LCM, you know that it is cos x upon cos x minus sin x dx. Okay. Now this is expansion. Complete this in the expansion, so only you are able to substitute. This way you start thinking. Are you able to separate out? No. Are you able to rationalize? By rationalize is what you will get? You will get cos square minus sin square. No use of it, because you are having only cos x on the numerator. So here that is the completion of the, you can say, expansion of cos. And how will you expand this? Expansion means you require two terms in each term. That means the product of the two terms, middle sign is minus, and then also product of the two terms. And only things which completes this as root 2 value, because that is the value of the same function sin and cos. That gives you sin pi by 4 equal to cos pi by 4 equal to 1 upon root 2. So we'll make use of that 1 upon root 2 here in this expansion. Okay. So we'll start. What we'll start? We'll multiply and divide by 1 upon root 2. Or you can say multiply and divide by root 2 to the denominator. Gives the one and the same thing. So now look at here. The numerator is as it is. For the denominator, what we are doing? We are multiplying by root 2. So what is the multiplication of the root 2? So if you take 1 upon root 2 common, root 2 will get cancelled and you will get your function as it is. So there is no change in the function by multiplying, dividing by the denominator by root 2. Okay, so you will get this as cos x upon root 2 into 1 upon root 2 cos x minus 1 upon root 2 sin x. Now, as you know that numerator you are having as a cos x, that means you need to convert denominator into cos only. So this will call as cos, this will call as sin, because that is the expansion. What is the expansion? Call as cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. This expansion we'll use here. So look at here, we'll substitute that value. So by substitution, you will get this as 1 upon root 2. As usual, it is a constant, so it is outside. And from that, you will get this as integral cos x upon cos pi by 4, because that value is 1 upon root 2, into cos x minus sin pi by 4 into sin x dx. Now this is expansion of cos of a plus b. So what you will get? 1 upon root 2 integral cos x upon cos x plus pi by 4 dx. So this is the expansion which is a plus b, and you are already studied in 11th standard. What is the expansion? We are started with this only. So that is cos A cos B. Whenever for the cos, whenever there is a plus sign, you will get the opposite sign in middle, and cos is with cos, sin is with sin. And what happens to if the sign will be negative? If here minus, then this sign will be plus. And exactly opposite in the sign. Sin A minus B, you will get the combination of sin and cos. But if it is middle sign minus, you will get the minus. If it is plus, you will get the plus sign. Okay, so here it is a combination we are using. So here you are having that formula. So we are using that formula, cos of x plus pi by 4. Now look at here. Angles are different. but in the denominator this angle, that means addition of an angle will not helpful for you. So we need to substitute for the angle in the denominator. So what your substitution is? X plus pi by 4 equal to t. So what will be x value? X value is shift this pi by 4 to this side. You will get this as t minus pi by 4. Now once if you got x equal to, you know that you need to differentiate. So differentiating by both the sides, what you will get? The derivative of pi by 4 is 0. Here you will get dx and here you will get dt, which you are getting here. Okay, 1 into dx equal to 1 into dt. So what will be the next term? Next term is nothing but you need to substitute now in your I. So this x becomes here t minus pi by 4. So you are having t minus pi by 4 and x plus pi by 4 in the denominator, which becomes t. Okay, so you have to write here cos t dt. Now again expand your numerator. So if you will expand your numerator, what you will get? You will get 1 upon root 2 into cos t cos pi by 4 plus sin t sin pi by 4 upon cos t. Why we need to expand? Because here you are having t, this you are having t, you are having cos function. So somewhere it will get cancelled or it will be in simplified form to get an integral. So we need to expand. Once if you are expanded this, what you will get? And just now I told you, if the middle sign is minus here, you will get in the expansion plus sign. If it is plus, then you will get minus sign from here itself. Look at here. If it is minus, you are getting plus sign. And if it is minus in the, you can say combined angle, then you will get plus sign in the expansion. Okay, so we are using that. This way you have to keep in mind the formulas because it's very difficult to understand the formula. So you will get 1 upon root 2. So now what will be the step here? Here is 1 upon root 2 as it is. Now separate the terms. You will get cos t, cos of pi by 4 upon cos t. Okay, upon cos t. What will be the second? Second is sin t, sin pi by 4 upon cos of t. Look at here. So what it gives you? This gives you cos t will get cancelled, cos pi by 4, and what is the value of cos pi by 4? That is 1 upon root. Now here sin t upon cos t is tan t, and what is the value of sin pi by 4? The value of sin pi by 4 is 1 upon root 2. So you will get this function as here 1 upon root 2 integral 1 upon root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 tan t dt. Take 1 upon root 2 common from the both the terms. You can say 1 upon root 2 into 1 upon root 2. So this function becomes, look at here, what this function becomes? This function becomes, if you will take root 2 common, this is 1 upon root 2 integral 1 plus tan t dt. Okay, now separate out the terms. If you will separate 1 upon root 2 into 1 upon root 2, this becomes 1 upon 2 integral dt plus integral tan t dt. You know that. What is integral dt? This is half. So you will get half here. Okay. This is equal to half. This is t plus this is log of mod of sec t plus constant of integration. So that value immediately you are able to write here. Okay. So you will get this value as this is 1 upon root 2 t plus log of mod sec t plus constant of integration, which is nothing but 1/2 x plus pi by 4, because we need to replace the values. So what is the value of t? Value of t is here, that is x plus pi by 4 plus log sec of, again you need to substitute the value of t, which is given here, that is x plus pi by 4 plus constant of integration. Okay, this way this type of different types of examples we are completed. Now we have discussed the formula. Which formula? That is integration of tan of x dx, which is nothing but log of mod of sec x, okay, plus constant of integration. Then integration of cot t, cot x you can say, is equal to log of mod of, what is the value of cos? Is nothing but, we are discussed this complete formula. Cot is nothing but cos x upon sin x, and immediately you are able to write that this one is in the form of f dash x upon fx. So you will get this is nothing but log of sin x plus constant of integration. But one more formula I have given you in terms of sec. What is that in terms of sec? You are having integration of sec x dx. So integration of sec x dx was given you log of mod of sec x plus tan x plus constant of integration. We'll simplify this. Once if you will simplify this, you will get one more formula, and that is also important formula which we are going to use it. So look at here, log of mod. What is sec? Sec is 1 upon cos plus sin x upon cos x. So sin x upon cos x plus constant of integration will keep as it is. So this simplification, as we are simplifying, so we are carrying that constant of integration also. Log of, now look at here, this gives you 1 plus sin x upon cos x plus constant of integration. Now I will use here formula, half angle formula for here. So this is nothing but cos of 2 into x by 2. So 2 into x by 2 gives you cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. Similarly, I will use here formula for 2 theta. So what is that formula? Formula says that log of mod of this one I will write as sin square x by 2 plus cos square x by 2. Observe carefully. Plus sin x I will write as 2 into sin x by 2 cos x by 2. What is your denominator? Denominator is cos x, that you are able to write this as cos of 2 into x by 2. As here we wrote this as sin of 2 into x by 2 and their expansion is. So here you will get cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. This formula you are already having. Okay, so we'll begin with that. And what you will get, now we need to simplify. Okay, we'll simplify this. How to simplify? This is nothing but the bracket square. And what is in the denominator? Denominator is a square minus b square. So what is a square minus b square? A square minus b square gives you a plus b, a minus b. So this is nothing but this is equal to log. What is mod of sin, or you can say cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 bracket square. This is nothing but for the numerator. And what is your denominator? Denominator says that cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2, one factor. And what is the other factor? Other factor is cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. Okay, this is inside the mod sign. So you will, this one factor will get cancelled. So you will get here as log of mod. What is that? Cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. Okay, plus constant of integration. Now look at here, take cos common. So you left with, if you take cos common, you left with, what you left with? You will left with 1 plus sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2. That the value you will get here. So log of cos x by 2, if you will take common, you left with 1 plus sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2. Okay, here numerator. And what is your denominator? Denominator, if you will take x by 2, you left with 1 minus sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2 plus constant of integration. So this cos x by 2 will get cancelled. I will write this one as tan pi by 4 because tan pi by 4 is 1. So you are able to write this as, okay, we'll start here, log of mod tan pi by 4 plus tan x by 2 upon 1 minus, this I will write as 1 into tan x by 2. So this is tan pi by 4 tan x by 2. This is an expansion of tan a plus b. So you will get this immediately, log of mod of tan pi by 4 plus x by 2 also you are able to write, or x by 2 plus pi by 4. This I told you to do at home, but I decided to take this again because that is a formula. So similarly, you are able to prove the formula for integration of cosec, which I have given you in the last lecture. So I discussed this formula here. Okay, why I have discussed this formula? Because this formula gets from whatever the formula you already have. So now we'll begin with our exercise 3.2a. Now look at here, these are the examples in exercise 3.2a. And in this example, whatever the examples in red color, that I will take here, and these examples are homework for you. And these examples are of any one of the kind which I have already taken or from these examples only. So we'll begin with our first example. So what is our first example? First example is log of x raised to n upon x dx. Now look at here. You know that if you will substitute for the log x 1 upon x, that means you are able to write this function as log x raised to n into 1 upon x dx. Now you will get immediately that is fx raised to n into f dash x dx, that we are going to use here. So we'll start with that. So I equal to log x raised to n upon x dx. So we need to substitute log x equal to t, differentiating what you will get 1 upon x dx equal to dt. So 1 upon x dx equal to dt, and this is t raised to n. As usual, your formula, this is directly formula t raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus constant of integration. So what you will get? You will get this as log x raised to n plus 1. This is looking like it's plus 1 here, but it's not n plus 1 here. It is in the power. This way you have to start thinking, it's not here, it is in the power. It looks like it is near to plus 1, but t raised to n. What is our formula? Formula says that this is equal to x raised to, it's a power over here, and upon n plus 1 plus constant of integration. And if you substitute your value, resubstitution you can say, because here it is substitution and again you are substituting whatever the previous value is. So it is a resubstitution, log x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus constant of integration. Next example, that is 1 plus x upon x into sine x plus log x dx. Now keep this in mind that whenever you are having a complicated example, or you can say the complicated function, substitute for that function only. So that is also one way to solve the example. So here you are having x log x. Okay, so substitute for x log x, that will give you the simplified form of your example. So we'll start with our example, that is I equal to integral 1 plus x upon x sine x plus log x dx. Now we'll observe that if you are going to substitute for x plus log x equal to t, what will happen after differentiation? Because we need to differentiate. So after differentiation, we'll get 1 plus 1 upon x dx equal to dt. Okay, so now if you'll write properly, what you will write, you take the LCM, that is x plus 1 upon x dx equal to dt. So do you have here 1 plus x upon x, 1 plus x or x plus 1? It's an addition. So you are able to write this as, look at here, 1 upon sine x plus log x, that is your one function. As it is a product. So you are able to write this as 1 plus x upon x dx. And now this complete term is nothing but your dt. So you are able to write dt and 1 upon sine t, which is cosec. So this your function gets simplified here itself. So we'll start with that. So what you will get, integral 1 upon sine x plus log x into 1 plus x upon x dx. Okay. What is next? Next is that our substitution. 1 upon sine. This is like it is in the direct formula. whatever the formula will get according to written. Okay, so you will get here as put x plus log x equal to t. By differentiating, what you will get, 1 plus 1 upon x dx equal to dt. That means this complete becomes dt, and here you will get 1 upon sine t. Okay, that will write here. So you will get this as integral 1 upon sine t dt. What is 1 upon sine t? That is cosec t, and we are already having the formula, that is cosec t dt is log of mod of tan t by 2 plus constant of integration. So now replace the value of t also, because we need our answer in terms of x only. So that answer we need to write here. So that answer is equal to log of mod of tan of, what is the t value now? This is x plus log x upon 2 plus constant of integration. Okay, this way you are able to solve this example. Now next example is nothing but integral x square x square tan cube x square and root of it. Look at here. This example is cube of this trigonometric function as well as square of angle also. But here also you are having the same angle square. You know that this is a variable. X square derivative is 2x. That x is also here. That means if you will substitute this square root of tan cube x square, means what? The meaning of this is tan of x square, angle square and its cube. This is the meaning. And by this meaning, what you will write? This is nothing but t. If you will substitute, you will get this as derivative as 2x sec square x square and dx, that is equal to dt. Do you have everything on the numerator? Yes, it is there. 2 is not there, but 2 is a constant. You are able to adjust it. Okay, so we'll start with our example. That example is nothing but I equal to, it looks like complicated example, but it is not. So we'll write this as integral x into sec square x square upon root of tan cube x square dx. Okay, now need to substitute. So substitute tan x square equal to t. By differentiating, it gives you sec square x square 2x dx equal to dt. Now look at here. This I becomes, what it becomes? By this separation, that take this 2 to other side, because 2 we want to here. So you will get, this is already with you. So we need to substitute that. So you will get this as integral t by 2 cube square root of t cube. Okay, means what? Square root of t cube is nothing but t cube raised to half. And here it is an indices law says that you have to take a product. So that is 3 into half, which gives you t raised to 3 by 2. But that is in the denominator. If it goes to the numerator, it becomes negative power. That is minus 3 by 2. Okay, so here you got the value as half, because this is dt upon 2. So half is outside the integral sign. T is in the denominator, which you are able to write. Just now we are discussed t raised to minus 3 by 2 dt. Now as usual we are using our formula, that is n plus 1 minus 3 by 2 plus 1 upon 3 by 2 plus 1 plus constant of integration. Now if you will write here, look at here. So what you will get? Minus 1 upon root t plus constant of integration. How we got this value? We need a simplification. Look at here. So this gives you half, okay, t raised to minus 3 plus 2 upon 2. Similarly, in the denominator also, you will get minus 3 plus 2 upon 2 plus constant of integration. This 2 goes to the numerator. So 2 upon 2 into t raised to minus half upon minus 1 plus constant of integration. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled, because this denominator goes to the numerator and 2 is in the denominator. So that 2 and this 2 will get cancelled, and you will get this as minus t raised to minus half plus constant of integration. Take this minus half to the denominator. You will get minus 1 upon t raised to half plus constant of integration, and therefore you will get minus half upon root plus constant of integration. Now re-replace the value. By re-replacing the value of t, that is tan of x square, you will get minus 1 upon root tan x square plus constant of integration. Okay. So this way the simplification of fourth question. It looks like complicated. You are having so many calculations, but it's the easiest question. We'll start with our next question, that is integral of sin inverse x raised to 3 by 2 upon root of 1 minus x square dx. Okay. What is sin inverse x? That is inverse trigonometric function. What will be its derivative? Derivative of sin inverse x, we have already discussed this, that derivative of sin inverse x is 1 upon root of 1 minus x square. That means you have that here. Okay, you need to substitute only for sin inverse x in this example. So we'll begin with that. We'll start with our integral. So what is our integral? I equal to integral sin inverse x raised to 3 by 2 upon root of 1 minus x square dx. Okay, I will write this as properly. And sin inverse x means what is the proper writing? Proper writing is sin inverse of x raised to 3 by 2 into 1 upon root of 1 minus x square dx. Okay, then easy to substitute. Substitute sin inverse x equal to t. By differentiating, we get 1 upon root of 1 minus x square dx equal to dt. If you substitute this in your integration, what will happen? This happens is I equal to, this complete becomes dt, this becomes t raised to 3 by 2. So this is equal to, now again you are using the formula, integration x raised to n dx is equal to x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus constant of integration. So by this formula, 3 by 2 plus 1 is 5 by 2. 3 by 2 plus 1. Again we'll use that addition, 3 plus 2 upon 2, which is 5 upon 2. So you got here 5 upon 2. So t raised to 5 upon 2 upon 5 upon 2 equal to sin inverse x raised to 5 upon 2, 5. These 2 goes to the numerator. Denominator goes to the numerator. So it becomes 2 upon 5 sin inverse of x raised to 5 upon 2 plus constant of integration. Okay, this way you are able to solve this example. We'll stop here. We'll continue in the next lecture. Okay, students, we come across our exercise 3.2a. From that we solve the examples which are based on our theorem. For the remaining example, we'll meet in next lecture. Thank you.